Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we have the updated net worth for January 2026. Now, not feeling too hot about this month. I spent a lot of money last month moving, so we might be down in net worth, but it is what it is. The market has been very shaky recently. Stocks have been very volatile. Crypto has been very volatile. So I've definitely lost a little bit of money, but you got to keep it pushing, right? So we're going to go ahead. We're going to update my net worth. I'll let you guys know kind of my mindset on a few of these different accounts here. And yeah, let's get into it. Now, if you aren't familiar with what your net worth is, all it is adding up your assets, subtracting your liabilities, and there is your net worth. Pretty simple number to calculate, and I will leave a link in the description down below for this tracker if you want to use it as well. But let's go ahead, let's get into it here. Let's start with my Wells Fargo checking account like we start every video. Now, in my Wells Fargo checking account, really not too much to talk about here. In this account, I have $14.42 and 54 cents in this account right now. Now, next is going to be my Wells Fargo savings account. Now, you can see last month in December, I had a lot of money in this account, but I recently just moved and a lot of that money got depleted. I spent it on moving costs, furniture, pretty much everything you can imagine. First month's rent. I actually just paid my second month rent for February, so not looking too hot. That's why I'm thinking some of my net worth might be down a little bit. But in my Wells Fargo savings account right now, I have exactly $1,000. Now, I think, as you can see, this account has kind of fluctuated throughout the months. I think I'm going to try to just keep $1,000 in this savings account. I don't want to keep it too kind of rich on money, and I also don't want to keep it too low on money. I think $1,000 is a good number to just pull from really quick if I need cash on hand to spend. So try to leave that account right around $1,000, and I'll pull from it, invest, if it gets a little too high, and if it gets too low, I'll try to keep it right around that $1,000 number. Now, next is my SoFi high yield savings account. This is one of my favorite accounts. I think everyone should have a high yield savings account. Now, this account right here makes up the bulk of my emergency fund. And truthfully, if you've watched these videos before, I always talk about doing something with this account. I'm always like, I need to invest it. I need to do this. I still want to do that, but I am going to kind of wait to see how the next couple months go with, affording rent now and just overall living in a new state. I don't want to deplete a lot of my cash if I'm not certain on how affordability will look with, like I said, my new rent and stuff like that. So once I get a feel and I'm comfortable with the rent I'm paying and kind of groceries and all that stuff, then I'll start to deploy some of that money into investing, which I really want to do because right now, in my opinion, is a great time to start buying into the stock market or into cryptocurrency because a lot of stuff's on sale right now. But anyway, in this account here, I have $25,377 and 94 cents. So not too much gain there, but that's okay. Now, next is my T. Rowe Price account. This is going to stay at $0 because I rolled this 401k into my Empower 401k. And right now in my Empower 401k, we are sitting at $34,653 and 53 cents. 653 and 53 cents. So some nice gain there. I have been contributing 20% of my paychecks to my 401k. So pretty happy with that. That account is going to keep growing, keep pushing forward. That's the bulk of my account. I can't wait till that account gets to $100,000. At that point, we're going to see some serious growth. Now, next is my Fidelity brokerage account. This is my taxable brokerage account where I have a few investments into. Pretty much my main investments in this account are VU and VGT. And then recently I opened a position on silver and gold. So if you're wondering why silver crashed, it's because I opened a position on silver, and therefore, because I opened a position, it decided to crash. That's how investing works. And in my Fidelity brokerage right now, I have $436. $4,360.25 in this account. Not the best, not the worst. At least we're up. Next is my Roth IRA. This is also one of my favorite accounts to invest into. This account is basically a majority of VU, and then I have some individual stocks in here, like Google, SoFi, just random things, but the majority of this account is all in S&P 500. Now, in this account right here, I have been contributing since we're in the new year, and I'm at $15,258.72 on this account. So as you can see, we're up about $1,000 in this account. Get some more money rolling in there, because we're gonna start maxing out my Roth IRA as soon as possible. That's kind of my goal too. My goal is to use this $25,000 and max out my Roth IRA. When I'm gonna do that, we'll see, but that's my goal. Once again, once I figure out affordability and stuff like that. Now, next is my crypto account. As you guys know, crypto has blown up recently. It's been lit on fire and thrown into a trash can. So we're down on crypto, but not too bad. Once again, the majority of my crypto is in Bitcoin. So it's not like I'm down 50%, right? I'm only down like 15%. And in my crypto account right now, I have $12,322.20 there. So could be worse. It is what it is. I still dollar cost average into Bitcoin because once again, I'm only 25. I'm not pulling profits till I'm like 40. And if it's not up at least 100% by the time I'm 40, then you got to take it on the chin, right? Next is my vehicle equity. I'm not going to go over this. I talk about this all the time, and I get comments saying, hey, you should keep your vehicle in your net worth. Then I get a bunch of comments saying you shouldn't keep your vehicle in your net worth. It's up and down. I'm keeping it in my net worth. It is what it is. 14,000, staying the same. So as we can see here, I have lost about $4,000 month over month, which, once again, I just moved. I don't think it's that bad. It could be a lot worse, but it is what it is. Now, let's go to our liabilities here. In our liabilities, this is credit cards, debt, stuff like that. On my Wells Fargo credit card, I do owe some money there. $185.52 is what I put on that account. I'll pay that off. This is very recent debt, so I'll pay that off probably tomorrow. But once again, I just want to include it for transparency's sake. Now, my Discover credit card, I'm at 0. Financing services, buy now, pay later, Affirm, Klarna, stuff like that, I'm at 0. Capital One, 0. Now, with my auto loan, this is where I've been slacking. I was doing really good. You can see in 2 months, I knocked off about $2,500. But since I just moved and everything like that, I kind of was slacking with this, and I didn't make any payments towards it. Now, because I didn't make any payments towards it, but I paid off like $2,500, my car payment isn't due till like April. So with that being said, this is still at $15,988 and a penny, because no car payment has come out. And like I said, I haven't made any extra payments towards it. Now, once again, this is also another thing where I want to use this $25,000, knock this off as much as I can, but I'm still trying to get a feel for living on my own, affording rent, stuff like that. I am very financially conscious, and I am very kind of timid when it comes to my finances. So I know a lot of you are going to be like, bro, just pay off the car, max out your Roth. You have the money for it. I get I have the money for it, but I'm overly cautious when it comes to my finances. That's just a personal fault of mine. It is what it is. So let's see what my net worth is for the month of January. Probably going to be less than it was, but it is what it is, right? So definitely not 583,000. If it was, I'd be somewhere in Aruba right now. But we're going to do this plus this, and there we go. So new net worth, $92,241.65. So we went down. I'll update this graph so it works on your guys' end. And yeah, that's it. So let's talk about it now, because at the end of the video, I kind of like to talk about it. Am I worried that my net worth went down? No, not at all. This is the first time my net worth has gone down in the past year, it looks like. I started tracking in July, so in the past, 7 months, this is the first time my net worth went down. Now, once again, am I worried about it? No. I literally just moved across the country. I have a new apartment. I had to pay rent. So I'm not worried about it. Is this something that's going to make me lose sleep overnight? No. Once again, this is something that I assume the next net worth update in a month from now, I should be up because once again, I'm constantly investing. We do also have to keep into account that the market has been very volatile. So things have been up, things have been down, and that's played a big role into it. You can see since September, I've lost about $4,000 on cryptocurrency. But once again, I'm not worried about that, right? I still believe in it in the long term. And once again, I dollar cost average the S&P 500 every single day. So even though I'm only up, what's that? About $1,000, I can reassure you that last month I invested a lot more than $1,000 into my Roth IRA. I think I invested around $1,500. So my point is, things are up right now. Things are down right now. I'm not too worried about this 92,000. Easily something that I can bounce back from and get myself on the right track. So at the end of the day, if I'm looking at my finances here, I'm still really happy with it. If you guys are up and down in your net worth, as long as you have a goal in mind and you're sticking to your same principles month over month, whether your net worth's up or down, you should be fairly happy with where it's sitting at. I think the main thing, and I know I say this every video, so I apologize, I need to figure out something with this $25,000. I need to deploy it. But once again, just moved, so I'm on the fence about it, at least right now. But yeah, that's my net worth for the month of January. Now, we're heading into February. There's a lot of uncertainty around the market right now. A lot of people are saying it's going to drop. A lot of people are saying it's going to skyrocket. My thing is this. If you're younger like me, you're in your 20s, you're 25, whatever age you are, if you have plus 20 to 30 years of investing left before you plan to pull profits, don't listen to what anyone has to say. Buy, the S&P 500. If there's companies that you really believe in and you really like, feel free to buy into them as well. Because here's the thing. When you have a company like Google or Microsoft, right? Let's use Microsoft as an example. When you have a company like Microsoft drop 11% in a day, are the fundamentals of Microsoft as a company changing? No, not at all. It is still Microsoft. Nothing about that company has changed from a fundamental standpoint other than the stock price. So in my opinion, someone like me who invests in Microsoft, I see that as a buying opportunity. I just got 11% discount on Microsoft stock. That's the best way to look at it. Now, here's the thing. If you're watching this and you're, in your 50s or 60s and you're like, man, I don't want something that volatile, at that point, I completely understand. Maybe at that point, you want to move some of your investments into bonds or stuff that's not going to be as volatile because you want to secure as much profit as possible. So I completely understand that. At the end of the day, a lot of investing comes down to your time horizon and how much time you have left in the investing world. And for me, being 25, I have a lot of time left. That's why the cryptocurrency thing doesn't scare me. I'm not going to sell out of all my positions in cryptocurrency because I have 20 years to see what's going to happen with cryptocurrency. I'm not planning to pull my profits tomorrow and go buy a Lamborghini. That's not my goal. My goal is to build long-term wealth and to build a nest egg of finances to where I can make, financially free decisions in my later parts of life. So I'm not worried that crypto's down. I'm not worried that the stock market's down. At the end of the day, I'm going to stick to my plan, dollar cost average, and go from there. So that's enough of my rant. Just wanted to give you guys some of that knowledge in case you're struggling with some of the news articles you've been reading recently or some of the sentiment you've been seeing around the market recently. Stick to your plan, do your thing, look at your time horizon, and set yourself up to win. So other than that, thank you guys for watching this video. I will catch you guys in the next video. I'd appreciate a subscription and a thumbs up. I hope your 2026 is off to a great start. And yeah, keep stacking away. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.